Boy. Protect Scott at all costs, man. Wow. Right now he is trending. That he is and needs to be fired. Woo wee. You just can't make this up, man. This is huge right now, you guys. But before we get into it, I want to send a huge shout out, love, prayers to them beautiful patriots around the world, my brothers and sisters, as we go through these woke, disgraceful, sick, dark times together, man. The woke culture of no common sense, and we got to make common sense great again, man. We need somebody that's qualified. I know he might have hurt your feelings. You know, I know he might have said this and that. But again, more people are waking up, man. More people are facts over emotions. You know, everything he said, even if it was, he said it on in this way, it's come to be true. Sadly, it's come to be true. Trump was right all along, man. And I'm telling you guys this as a former never Trumper myself, you know. And now I'm one of those ones, man, that understands what's really going on and how corrupt the system really is, man. And you'll see why a lot of everybody that used to hate him used to love Trump. And I love Trump, man. Everybody used to hate him. The views, the people on CNN, the MSNBC, tons of the fake news, the mainstream media, the stuff that you guys watch, they all turned against Trump when he came down that elevator in 2016. And Trump knew how corrupt it was as a former Democrat himself. But I want to tell you guys, man, all these lies they spew out, all the hatred they spew out, that's one of the reasons why we have everything going on right now. Project 2025 isn't a Trump presidency. Sorry to tell you, sorry to break it to you. They keep saying this, he's going to sign this and that, abortion, this. It's all lies. Trump is for the people. Puts America first. More action. He does a lot of talking, but he backs it up. He has a proven track record. If you don't know. But right now is trending Scott Jennings again, and he's been I think at every like huge event, you know, from the DNC, from the debate with Biden, and then now this interview, and even other popular takes, Scott has been trending, and everybody's been saying for him to be fired, or well, the people on the left, and the Kamala Harris so-called voters, and now you see some of the voters are flip-flopping. Some that are not going to vote now, or they're going on the Trump train. But Scott is waking up a lot of people, man, of what's really going on and what this lady really is, and calling her for what it is. And we got to protect that fella at all costs, man. That brother is calling it like it is, man. Huge shout out to him. You know, you might not like this and that, but he's calling it for what it is. You know, so let's go and jump into this, you guys. And as some of y'all have already seen that, you know, the interview as it's trending right now, as you can see. And yeah. They are, as you can see that word right there. I can't say that out loud, but yeah, people are upset. And people are upset about this interview. And again, we all knew what was coming. And then it was supposed to be 40 minutes, 18 minutes. They put it into segments. You know, she was looking down at no cards. It was more word salads. Don't know what she's talking about. You know, and there's a reason why their best, you know, plan is to keep the puppet hidden. You know, because it's without, you know, and that's one reason why they wanted no cards at the debate. They wanted no cards at the debate on September 10th. You know, but hey, people are clapping on. There's people that are still clapping on puppets, failures, liars. You know, how has the last 3.5, 4 years been for you, your family, your friends, the neighbors? Call and check on your people and say, hey, how has the last 3.5, 4 years been for you? Before you go cast a vote. Check out what Scott Jennings had to say. And again, protect this brother, man, at all costs, because he's waking up a lot of people.
Screen. So at the beginning, when she's talking about Biden and their record, our screen said, this is called the Chiron, the headline at the bottom. It said, Harris stands by Biden administration economic record. She is making it clear that she will embrace and be a continuation of Biden's economic policy, his record, what they've done. She offered no remorse, no regrets, no introspection about anything they've done. She continued to blame inflation on this fantasy price gouging idea. She had no additional thoughts on the economic situation in the country or what they've done beyond just saying, Joe Biden and I have done a great job. Now, if I were the Trump people, I would be salivating over the idea that that's how they are going to run the race. I don't believe it's tenable. I also thought it was interesting that she didn't take any responsibility at the end for telling the American people that Joe Biden was fine and he was strong. I mean, we all know that's not true. That's why he's out of the race, and she's still standing by the idea that he was fine and he's strong and that he's fine today. Nobody believes that, and I just think at some point, then why isn't he running?
Because he's too old, point blank. Same reason why Donald Trump probably shouldn't be running, because he's too old and out of touch.
I think most of...
Get her off the panel. That was just oh, man. And I tell you, age has nothing to do with it. It does have some kind of play into it, but it has nothing to do with it, especially right now. You know, Trump looks better than he did in 2016, if we're all being honest. You know, but this is what they do, you know. Age, gender. And we have to hear identity politics all the way to November 5th. It's a disgrace.
Americans know the truth, and when you're running to be president and you're willing to look them in the face and tell them something they know that you know is not true, it does speak a little bit to your character.
Scott, and curious what you think about this, Axe. Will voters care about that part of it, which is kind of backward looking, or do they care about what's next?
Well, I think the part of what Scott raised that could be problematical if they prosecuted properly.
That boy Scott, man, I'm telling you, Scott been on point.
Is the line now going to be, well, why isn't she doing it by herself?
Yeah, I do think people are going to bring that up. Look, I have great confidence in Dana and CNN to do this. I think it's incredibly weak sauce to show up with your running mate. The fact that they don't have enough confidence in her to let her sit herself, the actual top of the ticket, and do a single interview. In fact, I think the hand-wringing and the gyrations over this over the last month show a troubling lack of confidence in her political ability, which also makes you wonder as a voter, well, what kind of president would you be if this kind of a small-time decision, can we do an interview or not, what does that look like for your decision-making process, so on? So, yes, I think Republicans are going to think it's pretty weak to show up with effectively someone to take up half the time.
Is there the line?
Boy.
Biden is known in his career as being one of the best eulogy givers at funerals, and now they're making him come and give his own career.
He has files of every eulogy.
Yeah, and now they're making him give his own eulogy at this convention. I mean,
You have to give one its best so you get to give your own.
yeah, I guess. I am anxious to see how they handle it. It's a sticky wicket. I mean, he was bullied out of this race after 52 years of service to the Democratic Party, and it wasn't all about his age. He was unpopular. He was going to lose. It was Afghanistan. It was inflation. It was immigration. And now, and he had to be dragged out by the fingernails. I'm sorry. This is not, he's not here in a happy moment, okay? I know this yarn that's being spun in this hall that he was popular and selfless and handing on. No. It is the opposite, and everybody knows it, and yet the Democrats are engaging in this theater of looking into cameras and saying it. So it's not true. I'm interested to see how they handle it tonight, but also moving forward, because what the Republicans will do is say, look, this was Joe Biden's loyal lieutenant, the last person in the room on Afghanistan, helped him on immigration, which you hate. Now all of a sudden proposing to do something about inflation when she hasn't for 3.5 years. She will be stuck to him for the election, and will the voters buy that she had nothing to do with any of it? Biden is.
Boy, as I scroll, just look, the dumbest face in politics. Scott, look how they just look how the slander of how they're doing, how they do Scott, man. Because hey, you know, you call it for what it is. You call it what everybody's thinking, what everybody's, you know, feeling, what they're seeing. You know, you hit it. He has great takes, man. You know, and it's the truth. It is the truth. You know, someone said it's weak sauce to show up with your running mate, but hey, they hit the floor running. It didn't take them 40 days. It didn't take them 40 days. They're not ducking, dodging, and hiding. They've been doing interviews. They've been answering questions every single day. Hour, 2-3 hours long. No script. No teleprompter. No note cards. Common sense. And we need to make common sense great again, man. We need to make common sense great again. You know? People are saying, why CNN? Why Scott Jennings? Why Scott Jennings? Look, Scott Jennings is a I don't know anything about him. Watching him now on CNN after the interview with Harris-Walz, and I agree, Scott is a, I can't say that out loud, but yeah, you know. But again, a lot of people right now, if you look, we'll pull it up right here. Just look what everybody is saying. Disaster. Look, just look. Look. We'll pull this out too. Breaking, the CNN fact. Here comes the fact checks. Oh yeah, she lied in front of all of Americans. Let's play it.
The fact check, bottom line, Abby, is that she did not actually make clear at a 2020 debate that she had changed her previous support for a fracking ban. So let me take you through this kind of saga. So here's what she said at a CNN climate town hall in 2019 on the subject of a fracking ban.
Will you commit to implementing a federal ban on fracking your first day in office, adding the United States to the list of countries who have banned this devastating practice?
There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. So, yeah.
That was quite clear. So she ended her 2020 presidential run in December 2019. The only debate she participated in 2020 was the general election debate with then Vice President Mike Pence. And I went over the transcript of that debate tonight. Nowhere in there does she make clear that she had abandoned her previous support for a fracking ban. Rather, she repeated that Joe Biden, the head of the Democratic ticket at the time, would himself not ban fracking. So listen to what she actually said in that 2020 debate.
Joe Biden will not end fracking. He has been very clear about that. I will repeat, and the American people know, that Joe Biden will not ban fracking.
So it makes perfect sense that at the time she was speaking on behalf of Biden, the president, not the vice president, sets administration policy. But maybe other people feel differently. I certainly did not hear anywhere in there Kamala Harris saying that she personally had abandoned her previously expressed 2019 view. Rather, again, she was speaking for Joe Biden.
You know, look at this. Look at this. This is getting a couple likes. I don't need to watch the CNN interview because I'm with her. Yeah.
The fact check.
Yeah. Is it because she's a woman? Huh? They can't never tell you one good reason why they're voting for her. Not one good reason, man. You know? We ruined California. Yeah. You just can't make this up, man. But we're gonna end this video off with something I think everybody is gonna want to see. We did a video on this, covering this, and this clip is actually have gotten almost a billion views, all over. Multiple accounts, multiple platforms, are spreading this ad. So boy, It's pretty big, man. It is pretty big. Let's go and check it out.
Are you or your loved ones suffering from illnesses such as TDS, also known as Trump derangement syndrome? Do you dismiss or deny the current issues facing our country, such as historic inflation, illegal immigration, corporate corruption, World War III escalations, and the chronic disease epidemic? Are you willing to elect someone who was the least popular vice president in modern history, and who offers no policy or vision for America simply because your brain keeps telling you anyone but Trump? If so, you might be struggling from TDS. Introducing independence. Independence allows you the freedom to finally think independently once again. Instead of believing everything you hear from the mainstream media, independence allows for constructive critical thinking.
I used to hear people on the news say things like,
Donald Trump and the movement he has encouraged are a threat to democracy.
And I instantly believed it. With independence, I now realize the media is run by the Democrat elite, who are a corrupt oligarchy that censors free speech, silences political opponents, supports forever wars, and abandons democracy by anointing its candidates.
Independence may not be for everyone. If you enjoy being lied to about your president's cognitive abilities, support Orwellian totalitarianism, or are excited about communist fiscal policy, independence may not be right for you. Common side effects of independence may include an awakening of rational thought, successfully identifying propaganda, freedom of choice, loss of hatred, anti-narcissistic behavior, and love of democracy.
I used to blindly hate whoever my party was running against. I didn't care about facts or policy because I was hopelessly indoctrinated. With independence, I'm much more interested in policies that uphold democracy, and I truly care about the health of our country and its citizens.
Ask your doctor if independence is right for you, and enjoy your freedoms once again.